The sun was just beginning to dip below the horizon, casting a warm golden hue across the quaint town of Willowbrook when Charlie received the call. It was Sheriff Callahan, his gravelly voice tinged with urgency, that broke the evening's calm. "Charlie, we've got a situation at the gallery. You'd better come quick." Charlie, a golden retriever with a sharp mind and an insatiable curiosity, had left behind the chaos of city life for the tranquility of Willowbrook, or so he thought. He had traded his badge for a private investigator's license, hoping to spend his days sniffing out small-time scams and the occasional lost pet. But the sheriff's tone told him this was no ordinary case. When he arrived at the Willowbrook Art Gallery, the scene was already bustling with officers and onlookers. The gallery, once a vibrant hub of creativity, now felt heavy with an unsettling silence. The air was thick with the scent of fresh paint and varnish, but there was something else lurking beneath. The metallic tang of fear. Sheriff Callahan met him at the entrance, his brow furrowed. "It's bad, Charlie. Very bad. Arthur Hargrove is dead." Charlie's heart sank. Arthur was more than just a local art dealer. He was a pillar of the community, known for his kindness and passion for the arts. "What happened?" Charlie asked, his voice steady, despite the turmoil roiling within him. "Found him in his office," the sheriff replied, leading Charlie inside. The gallery's walls, adorned with colorful canvases and sculptures, felt like a cruel contrast to the tragedy that had unfolded within its confines. They made their way to the back, where a small room housed Arthur's desk and a few scattered art supplies. As they entered, Charlie's keen eyes immediately noticed the chaos. Papers were strewn across the floor, and a single canvas lay overturned. But it was the sight of Arthur himself that sent a chill down Charlie's spine. The art dealer lay slumped over his desk, a pool of crimson staining the hardwood beneath him. "Looks like he was working late." "No one heard anything," the sheriff muttered, examining the scene. "But there's something strange about it. Look." Charlie approached the desk, his nose twitching as he took in the details. A single piece of paper lay in front of Arthur, and scrawled across it in jagged letters were the words, "Art is a lie." "What do you think it means?" Callahan asked, scratching his head. Charlie pondered for a moment, his mind racing. It could be a message, a taunt from the killer, or maybe it's something more personal. As he scanned the room, a flicker of movement caught his eye. A shadow darted past the window, and Charlie's instincts kicked in. "Someone's outside," he said, bolting toward the door. The sheriff followed closely behind, and together they rushed out to the front of the gallery. The street was empty, save for a few confused townsfolk who had gathered, whispering to one another. Charlie's heart raced as he tried to catch the scent of the figure he had glimpsed, but all he could smell was the faint aroma of paint and the distant scent of pine from the nearby woods. "Charlie, we need to secure the area," Callahan ordered, his voice firm. "I'll talk to the witnesses. You check the back." With a nod, Charlie turned and trotted toward the alley behind the gallery. The shadows loomed larger as the sun sank lower, the once welcoming town now feeling foreboding. He sniffed the ground, searching for any trace of the mysterious figure. As he rounded a corner, he stumbled upon a discarded paintbrush, its bristles still wet with vibrant blue paint. He picked it up gingerly, examining it closely. It was an unusual find, and he couldn't help but wonder if it belonged to Arthur. "Charlie!" The sheriff's voice echoed from the front. "Get over here!" Charlie hurried back, paintbrush in mouth, and found the sheriff speaking to a woman in her 50s, her eyes red from crying. "This is Clara, Arthur's assistant," Callahan explained. She was the last one to see him alive. Clara's voice trembled as she recounted her last moments with Arthur. He was excited about a new exhibit, something groundbreaking. He mentioned a secret he had, something about a painting that could change everything. "What painting?" Charlie asked, dropping the paintbrush at her feet. "I don't know," she replied, her hands wringing together anxiously. He was so secretive about it, but he said it was worth a fortune, something that could expose a lot of people. Charlie felt a knot tighten in his stomach. Secrets, betrayal, and danger, all the hallmarks of a case that would lead him deep into the heart of Willowbrook's hidden underbelly. "Did he have any enemies?" Charlie pressed, sensing the weight of the investigation beginning to bear down on him. Clara hesitated, her gaze darting to the ground. There were whispers, but nothing concrete. Arthur had a way of making people feel uneasy, especially when it came to his art. As the night deepened, Charlie's mind raced with possibilities. The paintbrush, the eerie message, Clara's cryptic words, all were pieces of a puzzle that he was determined to solve. He could feel the shadows of his past creeping in, memories of cases gone wrong and lives lost. But this time, he vowed it would be different. With a renewed sense of purpose, Charlie knew he had to follow the trail of clues wherever it led, even if it meant confronting the darker sides of the town he had come to love. The killer was out there, and with each passing moment, they were growing bolder, willing to do anything to protect their secrets. As he looked around the gallery, the once vibrant colors seemed to dim. The art now a haunting reminder of the life that had been lost. Charlie took a deep breath, steeling himself for the challenge ahead. In the quiet town of Willowbrook, a storm was brewing, and he was ready to face it head-on.